Hi everybody, remember me? My name's Sam and this is Frugalisama, where I talk about all things sewing. So sorry I've taken such a long break from YouTube. Life's got in the way and I've been a bit busy over the summer. So I thought I'd bob on today and tell you about all the things that I've made during the summer months. So if that's something that is of interest to you, keep on watching. So where have I been? Well, busy old summer. I've had a few hiccups along the way, but I'm back, and so I don't want to go into too much personal detail. I'm not such an oversharer, but everything's fine. I'm fine. Everybody's fine, and I thought it'd be a perfect opportunity to share with you all the things that I've made over the summer months. So since May, I've made about 15 things, something like that. So I've been busy. I haven't been lazy. I do try and I do make quite a few things for the sewing studio as well, and I've included some of those, but they've been for me as well. So I shall start off with what I'm wearing, and what I'm wearing is the Fern Culottes from Bobbins and Buttons. Julia contacted me way back and asked me if I would be kind enough to pattern test for her new culotte pattern. And I made them in this linen, it's a linen ticking from Fabworks. Can't see it now, but I will insert a photo so that you can see it. And I absolutely love these. I love them so much that I decided to make 3 pairs. So comfortable. If you took me back to last summer, where I had never made a pair of culottes before, I was a person that said, oh, I can't wear culottes. They make my ankles cold, but I'm a convert. I made the Helen's Closet ones last year, and then I made the Avid Seamstress ones as well. But I think these are my favourite, I'll be quite honest. So we've got side pockets. I made these in the ticking, and then I made another pair which are in like a viscose shibori print. And I love these equally as well. Different feel to them, a bit more swishy. And then I also made these in a cobalt blue linen from Fabworks. And the inspiration for the cobalt blue ones are from the new Tilly and Buttons pattern, the Este set. And this was the first toile that I'm wearing now. And I just looked at that set and I thought, do you know what? I'm not paying for a square top, because effectively the culottes I already had. It's probably a little bit more complicated, the trousers, but I just thought that was the inspiration. So the tops are the white strap maxi dress, which I've made into a top. So if you've ever seen the white strap maxi dress, which is a free pattern through Peppermint magazine, they are quite A-line and they've got pockets, but at the back they've got elastic. So I had quite a bit of faffing to do to omit the elastic and to bring in the A-line, and actually I shortened it quite a lot. So if you look at how it's relatively cropped, and that was the inspiration from the Tilly and the Buttons Este. So I made a toile out of a bed sheet, and then I made this in a scrap linen. And the eagle-eyed amongst you might be cringing and looking at where the bust darts are pointing, and that's because they fitted until I adjusted this strap. So when I made the second one, which is in this cobalt blue, to make the set, and make sure that the bust darts were lowered. So that's the cobalt blue one. And I absolutely love this set. It's just stunning. And what I like about it is that you've got a top and a pair of trousers that you can wear as a jumpsuit set, and you can wear the trousers and the top separate. So very versatile. And I had holidays in mind with that, really. I'm going to Greece in October. At the beginning of October with my friend, and the all 3 pairs of culottes will be going with me. I can interchange this top with either of the other tops, and I've got various other tops that will go with especially the blue ones. So yeah, that's a really nice little set, and I really enjoyed making those. I'm not going to go into sizing in this video, just to keep it brief, so that I have a lot of looking and research to do, because I can't remember. So yeah, the Fern Culottes come together really easily. If you're looking for a simple culotte pattern, I would highly recommend them. And yeah, probably a bit more messing about with the top, but I think it turned out really well. Really like wearing this, especially in the hotter months, which seem to have passed us by now. We've had a hot week and then we've got the cold again, but it'd be ideal for my holidays. So 3 pairs of culottes and 2 of these tops. And the next thing that I made then was actually what Mandy the mannequin's wearing here, and that is a sheer dress. I picked up I spotted this tablecloth in a local charity shop. I think it was £1. And I actually left it in the charity shop and then went back for it, because those colours are just my colours. Absolutely loved it. And I'd seen lots of shearing about on Instagram and what have you, and I wanted to put a class on for shearing. So I thought the tablecloth was an ideal opportunity to give myself a bit of practice. So it is simply rectangles, is this, but there's all sorts of different options that you could do, just to, to alter the sleeves. You could go strapless if you wanted, you could put frills on these sleeves. I was a bit dubious about what length I wanted to do on this dress, and I'll insert a photograph of me where I've hitched it up a little bit, where I wanted to perhaps consider making it a little bit more above the knee, and there is a little ruffle. If I lift Mandy up, hopefully she won't fall apart, but you will be able to see it on the photographs as well, so there's a ruffle at the bottom there as well. So I've kept it this sort of midi length. I'm not sure that I'm quite happy, but some wise person on Instagram said wear it midi length, and then if you don't like it, you shorten it, and you've got effectively 2 dresses. So I'm going to take this on holiday to Greece as well, because this has got Greek holidays written all over it. It's actually a seersucker, and it's just just lovely and lightweight to wear in the summer months. And whilst I was making that, I actually made little Alice a little dress as well, and I actually put tie straps on hers, because she's a growing girl, and tie straps are ideal for children where they're growing and you want to adjust it, and that would be an option for that one as well. You can make your straps whatever width rather. I tend to try and cover my bra straps if I can, but that's just personal preference, isn't it? So yeah, the one that I made for Alice was out of a gingham dress that I made if anybody remembers one of the very first Great British Sewing Bees, they did a walkaway dress, which I was really, really keen to make, but never ever wore. So I just unpicked bits of that and made it out of that. And she looks so cute in hers. She's absolutely adorable in hers. So yeah, we're matchy, Grandma and me. And like I say, I put a couple of classes on during the summer at my studio here at Stitch Make Create for shearing, and just get people used to shearing. So the beauty of that is, because they are rectangles, it fits anybody. You know, you're just taking your own measurements and calculating it. So the next thing that I made was some more shearing, and this is the by hand London Lucy dress. And again, I'm very lucky. Alex contacted me and said she didn't want me to do a pattern test. She wanted to know if I wanted to preview the pattern before it was released. So that the pattern testing had all been done. I had the opportunity to sew it up before it was released, and yeah, it's made out of all the remnants. Look at all those. So I'll insert photos so that you can see properly. But what I love about this is it's like a memory dress. So, you know, I've got a shirt dress made out of this. I've got a Trend Patterns dress made out of this seersucker. I've actually got this is the same fabric as my culottes. This was some fabric that I had given. Got a dress made out of that. And then I had a bit of fun with piecing bits together. So my original white stripe maxi is made out of this one, and I just pieced it together. And there's another piece bit down here, which was, let me just see if I can hold it up properly, was a shirt that I made into a backpack, and I've just put lots of pieces in there, and I've actually maintained the label from the back of the shirt as well. So that was actually, I didn't sew that back on, that was the yoke, the back yoke. So yeah, it's got lots of memories in this. I've got bits in it that, you know, skirts. This darker blue one was a Zara dress that I had given, and the lining is a bed sheet. So this is shirring on the back, and it's like a choose your own adventure. If you've not come across the new pattern, it's you can put whatever cheers you want on it. You can make a different style bodice. The straps you can change. So yeah, really enjoyed making that. So that's your shirring at the back, the shirring panel at the back. And you can see I've had a bit of fun with stripe placement as well there. So my stripes are horizontal there, vertical there, and then I've messed about with it on the back as well. So the vertical there and horizontal there, horizontal on the straps. Yeah, and this was inspired by somebody that I spotted on a craft fair. My daughter-in-law sells pottery, and she had a craft fair at the Hepworth Gallery in Wakefield. And I actually was taking a photograph of the actual, all of the stalls. And when I zoomed in, there was this lady walking past, and she got this patchwork dress on, and that was my inspiration. And I thought that's perfect for all my leftover navy, blue and white stripes. So that was the inspiration, but I love this. Not had the opportunity to wear it much, but this will be coming on holiday as well. How many times can I mention my holiday in one video? So yeah, love it, absolutely love it, and really enjoyed making it. And again, it's a draft your own from your own measurements. So if you've not come across a Lucy dress pattern, Lisa Alex is actually releasing a book later in the year, which I've got pre-ordered. Not had it given, I've pre-ordered it to pay for myself. And that will all be pattern drafting, drafting your own from your own measurements, which I think is perfect, fits anybody's size then. So yeah, I've been doing a bit of pattern drafting and a bit of all sorts. So the next thing that I want to talk about is something that I've drafted in a pattern drafting course that I held here at my studio. I've got a lady that comes in called Katie. She's a bit younger than me, but she trained with the military, so she's a real expert. She teaches at college fashion students, and I've done her skirt making workshop, or a skirt drafting workshop, and I did her trouser drafting workshop. Now this is not a disaster, but it's a bit of an unfinished object. So in the workshop we got the toiles made to fit us, and they fit it perfectly, and then we had time then to design our own, and I cut out the fabric that I wanted. It was not the fabric that I wanted to do it in, but it was some fabric that she had, and it's actually lining fabric. I'll show you the pictures. It's quite nice. It's about £2 a metre from Fabworks. It's really nice. But I didn't put any pockets in it. It's still a toile with the design features on it. And then she left me to my own devices because the class had finished, and I was inspired by a pair of trousers that I've seen on Toast, and that's what the pink trousers are inspired by. But I wanted to finish it off with all the finishing details, and I wanted to put welt pockets in, which I did, but I put them in. I've not finished them because I've kind of lost heart with it a little bit now, but I've put the welt pockets in facing the wrong way. I'm pretty sure there's probably only me that would know that, to be quite honest. So I might finish these, and it's a bit of a stretch cotton drill is this that I picked up from a shop that's no longer with us. But the beauty of these are that there's no side seams. You've got a panel down the side there. Hope you can see that. But yeah, you've got your trouser piece is made out of 3 pieces. And that was all done within that trouser making course, and then obviously you sort of do your own thing. The insides here are an upcycled jacket that my friend gave me actually. I thought they matched really well. So I've got that to finish off. I haven't quite finished that, and I think probably now as autumn's approaching, I might find a bit more impetus to finish those off. But if you are interested in doing any pattern drafting courses, and I'll talk a little bit later about it, I'll put the details below for pattern drafting here at Stitch Make Create. Katie's absolutely lovely and very, very knowledgeable, and I often sort of stay and help her out. So the next one is a fun one, and this is, I think it's a 1990s pattern from probably Prima. And it was a So Fruity challenge that I think, is it Adele runs? No, Yvette. Yvette runs the So Fruity challenge. Don't look very much here, but these are like fisherman style shorts. And I made this out of a little remnant that I had left over. I made a wrap dress, a beach wrap dress. And the fabric was still available in Lucky Fashions actually over the summer, but it's really fun fabric. You've got all the different fruit on there, so it was perfect. And I'll show you pictures of me wearing them and how they fasten. They are, they're really quick make, and just wrap round. So again, quite good if you're going to be on holiday and you want a big dinner. You can adjust the straps. So I think they're quite 90s. I don't know. I think they're timeless really. Something like that. And again, something else that I'll be taking on holiday with me. Love those. Can't wait to wear them. So the next thing I haven't got with me because I made it for Alice, and that is the Heyday dungarees, which I made out of an African wax print that I had. And I made those again because we are having a class, myself and Ali are holding a class next Wednesday, which is the 20th of September. And there are spaces available if you fancy a fun class. I thought I'd make them up because I made my Heyday dungarees, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, and it's been a while since I made them, so I just wanted to get my head around the pattern. Very easy pattern really, but some nice details in it, enough to, if you're a beginner sewer and you want to learn some new techniques. So Ali is helping me do that course on the 20th of September here at Stitch Make Create. If you don't know who Ali was on the Great British Sewing Bee last season? No, season before I think. Now, she is a good friend of mine and she often does socials with me. We did a really fun social last Wednesday down Dewsbury. She did socials way before she was on the Great British Sewing Bee, sorry. She used to do socials down Dewsbury, and Ali and I did that last Wednesday, which was good fun. It was really good fun. And it was nice to show people what is effectively my hometown, where all the fabric shops are and what have you. So we went to Fab Works, we went to Lucky Fashions, and we had a nice sort of meet up in a nice little cafe, very accommodating, and we'll probably be doing that again. So I'll let you know when we do another one. So the final actual garment that I've got to show you is this one here. I was going to put this on Mandy the mannequin, but I didn't have a zip long enough to go beyond my waist, and it won't go over her shoulders. So this dress is inspired by the dress that they made in the final of the Great British Sewing Bee this season. And Mia made one in a gorgeous, a purple and gold jacquard leopard print. My niece got married on August bank holiday weekend, and I wanted to make a dress for that wedding. And we also went on, the week before, we went on the hen party, which was at the races. So this one was supposed to be like a wearable toile that I'd wear to the races, and then I would make I found fabric in Fab Works that Mia had used, and I was going to make that into the dress that I wore to the wedding. That took some getting out. So yeah, I had to draft my own bodice. Now, Katie, who's the expert drafter, was doing a bodice block, but it was after the wedding. So I had to watch many YouTube videos and work it out myself. I could use the skirt block that I'd already used, that was the easy bit. But getting this dress bodice block was a bit tricky. And I shall show you in pictures here why. It's very much similar to the peony dress that Fabric Godmother brought out. So that's the views of the peony dress that Fabric Godmother brought out. And you can see you've got the high puff strip sleeve here. But at the front, you've just got normal bust darts here and a waist dart here. And the one on the Great British Sewing Bee, and it's got all my writing written all over it, excuse me, but it's got French darts coming up from here and no darts in the bodice, and that's the difference. And I just really wanted to test my skills really and see if I could do it. So what I found out afterwards is that I think it was based on a Vampire's Wife dress. Never heard of Vampire's Wife before. I'm not really up on fashion, but they're about £1,000 a throw, these dresses. So I ordered this fabric as also from Fabworks after one of my students came and she made some pyjamas in it, and apparently it's ex-Ted Baker. So I ordered that. I thought, well, it was on offer. It was £3 a metre. So I'll do the test one, and if it works out okay, I can wear it to the hen party. But Sam being Sam, didn't get it, managed to make it until the wedding, so this is what I wore to the wedding in the end. And in retrospect, I think the purple would have been a bit too dark for a summer wedding, so I might just make that up. Same pattern, but for a Christmas dress. But I want to show you my little pooflets, and that is to make that puff stay up there. And I got that idea from a video from a lovely lady who is on YouTube, whose name completely escapes me, but I'll put it up on the screen for you and I will leave a link to her video. She's done lots of Vampire's Wife type dresses. But yeah, so I think, you know, I got there in the end, but it took me a lot longer than it would have done if I'd have been on a course. You know, if I'd had somebody like Katie there that would just said, oh, you just need a little nip and a tuck here. I did a toile in a bed sheet, and then I did several toiles of the bodice, and then put a sleeve on, and then did it in a duvet cover. So it took quite a few iterations to get it to fit how I wanted to fit it. You know, I think comfort is key. I didn't want it really tight around my waist. I wanted it to just be relatively loose and just to fit me, and that's what it does. So Katie and I are actually running a course back next year, and we've called it Draft Your Own Prom Dress, and I think it's going to be perfect for anybody who wants to attempt something like that. Or obviously we've called it Draft Your Own Prom Dress, but it's occasion wear. You know, if you're going to be mother of a bride or a bride, we're not doing bridal, we're not doing corsetry, but you know, if you've got an idea in your head and you just want to have a go, we're doing that over the course of I think it's 4 days next year in April. And I'll give you the dates because I've probably got them written down somewhere as well. At the beginning of April, I think we're doing it the 1st of April. But just in time for if anybody has got a daughter or somebody who's going to a prom to make their own prom dress. I mean, you'll have the basis then to make many more dresses from those bodice blocks that you get from those courses. So that's that one. Absolutely loved it. It was comfortable all day, and I've got lots of compliments on that one as well. I was a bit dubious about the print. I thought it looked a bit like a night dress, and I did do the double ruffles as well. So I've got a double ruffle on the sleeve there, and a double ruffle on the hem there, and of course I use my elastic gathering method that I'm sure you've heard me talk about before. So the last two things that I made were a tent or a teepee for Alice. We have started having Alice every day, no, not every day, every Tuesday. We have Alice every Tuesday now. So I was running out of things to do with her, and I thought it'd be a nice thing for myself and my husband to make together. So she absolutely loves this teepee. We've had some nice sunny days, and we've been out in the garden and had picnics with it. And it's essentially 4 garden canes and an old duvet cover. And I'll link the tutorial that I followed to make it, because I did follow a tutorial. The only caveat I will give on that little tutorial is it's making the assumption that you're using quilting cotton, so it doesn't actually give you a width. And the width of quilting cotton is usually 112 centimetres wide. But the first time I made a mistake in the width of it, so I had another go on it and it worked out great. So yeah, that was a little TP for Alice, which we play indoors, play outdoors, play with the teddies, and she loves it. It's kept her quiet for hours. And the final thing is I made some tea towels. I know, who am I? I had a new kitchen. I probably showed it on video back end of last year. I had a new kitchen fitted, and you know what it's like when you're in the excitement of a new kitchen. And I was in Fabworks and I saw this gorgeous waffle fabric, and I thought, oh, that'll make nice tea towels. Not thinking that they were the most boring thing ever to make. It was £5 a metre, bought a metre, and I eventually got them made up this week. So that is my penultimate thing that I made, my ultimate thing I've made this year. Got lots and lots of other things planned for the holidays. I've got less than a month to go in, so I'm going to have to get a move on. But I'll talk about that in another video. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed watching what I've made this summer, and I hope you've got lots of things made, and let me know what your favourite thing is that you've made this summer down below in the comments box. And just a quick thank you to everybody who subscribed whilst I've been absent, and I have been absent for quite a long time. I acknowledge that and I apologise. It's just I haven't got time to edit videos as much time as I've had, so hopefully this can be just a one take, and I will just put pictures in as I'm talking, and hopefully it'll be a quick one. So don't forget, down below, links to any courses that I've got. Next Wednesday I've got the Heyday dungaree ones, and I forgot to mention I do have a 30% discount from Waves and Wild as well, so if you don't already own the pattern, I've got a discount for you to buy the pattern from lovely Sarah as well. So thank you so much for liking, thank you so much for watching, and I shall speak to you later. Bye.